Hello.
Hey there.
Hola, babies.
Yes.
Welcome to the Let's Ask Richard show.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what it is. Let's Ask Richard. It's where
Okay.
we talk a little bit about some relationship challenges that we all face from time
Yes.
to time.
Absolutely.
Yep. And it's
Why
one
do
of
I
our.
seem shorter than you?
I'm sitting up. I'm having good posture.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
Happy snow day too. We got a lot of snow here on the East Coast and down south too. Hey guys, down south they got snow. My sister was sending pictures from North Carolina, and they're shoveling themselves out down there. So
Talked to somebody in Georgia today that got snow.
yeah, crazy. It's pretty. Hopefully everybody was safe on the roads and safe at home with the kids.
That's
The
good.
parent stress. Oh, day home with
Yeah.
all day with the kids. We made it. We survived.
I
Yes,
did. I didn't. I went to the office. I was all alone.
A vacation.
I was all what, a vacation for me? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So hey everybody. So how about we just dive into? We have a couple of questions because y'all are so good about sending me questions. It's been a great run where we get questions every week.
This has been
Sometimes
good.
they
Thank
come
you.
into the last minute, and I'm like, they'll
Yeah,
be here, and they
okay.
always come in.
That works.
All right, so question number one. Hi, Jill and Richard. I love your show. Thanks for doing it.
You're welcome.
So I watched The Ladies' Room last week about taking it slow with online dating. I think I may have messed up in my current situation.
Okay.
I'm looking for a long-term relationship. I had sex with the guy I am seeing right now on our second date. We have seen each other once since, and we seem pretty compatible. Any advice?
Well,
Second date. I don't know. How long did we waited?
I don't know, about a year, I think.
I wanted to wait a year now.
Okay.
No.
Well, so
second
much for
date.
taking it slow.
All right. So that didn't happen.
Okay.
Right.
But the world didn't end, right? And if you're
Probably
compatible,
not.
but you've seen him once after that?
Right. So they've only had 3 dates, it sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sex on the second date. 3 dates total. Well, I mean that, as of when she wrote the letter, so.
Okay.
All right. So what do you think? You got anything?
Well, again, you didn't take it slow. The world didn't end.
That's Richard's famous line, the world didn't end.
Well, it didn't.
Sometimes I'm like, yes, it did, actually. It ended for,
Okay. Well, then we don't have to
For a
worry about it,
minute.
do we?
but you're right, the world
But-
didn't end probably.
If it's going okay, it's going okay. I would say, how long have you been seeing him? I don't know. I would say if you like it, keep it going. If you're compatible.
It's like, don't overthink it.
Well, yeah, you could overanalyze this easily, I think. I would say enjoy what you got. I'm sure there's a lot of people who have had sex on the first date that are still together and having a great relationship.
Oh, sure.
And there's probably a lot of people that have had sex on the first date and it didn't go so well for them. So we don't know. But
Yeah.
I'd go with you on this. I say don't overthink it.
Yeah. Well, I
ahead.
did talk about taking it slow, especially with the physical relationship. Well, because as in the frame is, if you've been, having one relationship after another, they all seem to end the same way, and you're disappointed and you're heartbroken. Hey, thanks for coming out. Nice to see everybody there. It's kind of the old if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So, I know, it may not be this way for everybody, but for me, once the physical relationship is there, I in dating. I sort of lost my ability. It was like I had on the rose-colored glasses, and I lost my ability to really, study the guy's character. And, so I'm just, I guess I was really just trying. I feel like it's really important to understand that when you're dating, sex is not intimacy. Sex is not going to give you that emotional intimacy. So, it can be confusing, because if you obviously want someone long term that you can have the emotional connection with, and if you go too quickly with the physical relationship, you can sort of, the oxytocin kicks in. You can get a little confused and think that, that you're close with this person when actually it's just sex.
Maybe you just want the sex.
Right. It's just sex. And so that's in the dating relationship. So, so as I recall, and Richard's right. I've talked to so many people that they had sex on the first date, but again, with online, you have to be careful because it's a total stranger and it's really going to take a little bit longer. You don't really usually know any of their background. It's not like they come from your community and you know what their family is and they have a reputation in the community. It takes a while to sort of see what their character is. So I just feel like that's really important. Like over time, through spending time with Richard, I discovered, how he is with just people in the supermarket and how he is with my kids and how he is with me. It's so important that.
And you stayed with me?
Yeah, I liked you. The more I knew you, the more I liked you.
See, I'm sort of crazy. Weird.
It's almost like I feel like you have to find out if you like this person without sex even.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, that's really going to be the relationship that's going to have staying power. Is this person a friend? Because there's a lot of people we have chemistry with, and it doesn't really mean anything. Sorry, but you got to be attracted to your date. But
right.
I was just thinking of something else too, and I think I lost it. Oh, emotional intimacy. So this is what women need. Women need emotional intimacy. So how you find out if you're going to be able to have that emotional intimacy with your date is you find out, like, how does he respond to you? Do you feel like you can open up and share yourself? Does he seem interested in you? Does he seem to, like, appreciate you? Does he think you're funny and like the way your mind works and want to know more about you and, that kind of stuff. So that's really more what you're looking for. It's, the sexy vibe it's cool, but it's not really all that significant.
Well, if I can, from my end, I have a couple thoughts. And I think you and I have talked about this. Online dating is two different animals for men and for women. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of men that are just horn dogs out there, and they're looking for the hookup. and so a decent man, if I can call myself a decent man, getting on online dating, we're trying to fight that tide of how inundated women are on this. I would assume that there's so much coming in mm-hmm. that you have a hard time separating the wheat from the chaff. So that's one aspect of it. And the other thing I'm thinking about is I think I gained more respect for you because you had your brakes on.
So there you have it from Richard's mouth.
Well, for what it's worth. Of course, I have to put out my disclaimer right now.
That's the first time you've told me that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, this
check. I did that right.
This not only helps our listeners, sort out things. It helps us learn some things too.
Yeah. So hopefully that's helpful. The tricky road of online dating. Oh boy. Yeah.
Well, it's a great way to meet people.
It is.
And for a guy, I think it's a hard way to meet people. it's not a hard way, but it's just a battle, trying to scream out for the right amount of attention so that you'll pay attention to me. You really do want to talk to me, right? You're looking for that guy that enjoys hiking and fishing and a fine glass of wine and some cheese, but you got to somehow put it out there. And
Right, without saying, you are sexy.
I thought it was cute.
You are.
Now you're telling me sexy? Okay.
I probably got that too.
Okay.
So anyway, getting back to our writer, she asked for advice. I would say, so now that we've kind of mulled it around a little bit, I would say just make sure that you sort of get yourself on track with finding out if this guy is going to be really compatible with you emotionally. That's
well, if you can do that,
and as far as like similar values and hopefully I don't know, and I think I don't know if maybe it's just I was always so like quick to attach to somebody that I put on the rose-colored glasses if once the physical relationship happened. And so I think you just got to remember maybe just somehow take off the rose-colored glasses and allow yourself the time to get to know this this man's character.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would suggest.
I don't know if I can read a comment that I'm seeing on the screen, but one of our listeners said that my brakes on made a 22 plus year marriage.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it, right?
Yes. Well, yeah. And good.
Congrats. 22 years plus. Woohoo.
Yeah. Wow.
That's great.
Let me see. I'll have to be like, well, first we have to get married, and then what?
First we have to get married. Tell him, guys.
Yeah, okay, fine.
All right, question number 2. Dear Richard and Jill.
I got first billing on that one, you notice.
You did? Yes. It's because it's the Let's Ask Richard show.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been married for 4 years and we are trying to get pregnant. Recently, I discovered that my husband is addicted to porn. I had been feeling like something was really off in our relationship, and I checked the history on his tablet and he has been looking at it every day. I'm really upset because I'm feeling like this is supposed to be a special time for us, and now I feel like he is preferring women on his tablet over me. Whenever I try talking to him about it, he just says that it's a guy thing and I'm making too much out of it. I'm at my wit's end and thinking that maybe I chose the wrong man to be with. There.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for that challenge. Put in our hands here.
Are you going to ask me,
I don't
or
know,
do I
do
have
we-
to volunteer the answer?
Do we really want to touch the porn thing?
Why not?
All right, let's go.
It's like the biggest use of the internet going. It's
Right.
like one of the biggest components of internet traffic is porn. I had a question though. If your husband was watching porn 18 hours a day, that's one thing, but how is your intimacy? How is your life together? Do you feel like that takes away from it? Like, my husband is always too tired when he comes to bed and he doesn't want to be intimate with me. Hence, we can't get pregnant because he's spent all his energy on porn sites. Mm-hmm. I don't know. He knows that you see his history and that he's out there cruising porn sites. What if...
And he said it's a
What
guy,
if you-
it's a
what-
guy thing.
All right. What if you made it a couple thing? Is that too radical? Is it?
We're just, that's why we're here, to sort of toss some ideas around.
Yeah, I'm tossing around. What if you made it a couple thing? What if you watch some porn with him? I don't know. Do you feel threatened by, the bimbos that are doing porn? That's probably a bit too severe, but I don't know. I think I've said enough to either dig a big hole or be curious or not.
No, it's a tough one. I got this question a couple of days ago, and I usually spend, the day Wednesday sort of mulling it around in my mind. But today I was full-time Dante. So thanks for coming out. Great to see everybody. But I did have some thoughts. So the porn thing, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's right. It does seem like a lot of guys like to look at it, and I don't, I guess it's not, I don't know what to say about that. It's not really, it's so, easily accessible and, available and, guys are, certainly, I think, more wired for sex than women are. One thought I had was, I'm wondering, you said, I've been feeling like something's really off in our relationship. So I'm wondering, and again, I don't know how much this guy's into it, like Richard said, if he's like, just any chance he can get, and he's like off the deep end with it, that's, that's the whole addiction thing, which is certainly going to wreak havoc on your relationship if there is some sort of addiction going on. If it's just sort of, maybe something he's doing lately, or I don't know. Wondering if, if it's not so much the porn that's the problem, but the lack of connection that you're feeling. And you say that you're also trying to get pregnant, so that's kind of that's kind of loaded because now so I don't know, and I don't know how long you've been trying to get pregnant, but depending how that's going, that can be a huge stressor on a relationship, as well as, yes, a lovely, wonderful time. You're starting a family together, but, but also my guess is that everybody's got some sort of anxiety and concerns and feelings around that. And, where the emotional connection with him is going to come through talking, communication. I don't know when you say that you tried talking to him about it. I'm not sure exactly what approach you're taking, but my suggestion would be, don't talk about the porn. Talk about you. Talk about how you're feeling about getting pregnant, about starting a family, about, taking this next step with him, all that kind of stuff, because, it's, I don't know, it's weird. It's like the kind of relationship a man has to porn, a porn video, and the kind of relationship he's going to have with his woman who he loves, is like, it's like two different, it's like comparing apples and
I think,
and pizza, what I mean? It's so, and what's really gonna, I feel like I don't know, I already said it, it's the emotional connection that you want, and something's going on right now, and it's probably easy to focus on the porn, honestly.
Yeah, okay, but I'm I'm going to go backwards here a little bit.
Okay.
How's your relationship? How are you guys doing? Does he still desire you every morning, every night, in the middle of the night? Does he still just really want to be with you and want to be affectionate with you? And if that's the case, then I would say, what's your focus on the porn? Granted, are you feeling envious of that? But if he's not demonstrating any lack of desire for you, now granted, it's probably not a healthy thing to say, he's addicted to porn, but still, how is he toward you? Mm-hmm. I guess, am I off on that?
No, I mean, it's because it's really what's important here is the relationship between the two of them. And,
right.
And, yeah, so that's, I'm all about, keeping the emotional closeness. Mm-hmm. And so that's going to be my route, is to somehow try to, to connect.
Yeah, I feel like we're sort of
'Cause,
struggling with this a little bit.
Well,
Like this.
it's, because it's sort of that, it's, you can make it about the thing, but it's kind of like, it's that vicious cycle. It's like the more you make it about the thing, then, that creates,
the more it becomes another thing.
right. Then you're fighting, but you're not really talking about what's really going on, which is, my guess is, you guys are starting a family. This is, as we call it, the shit's getting real.
Right.
And that stirs up a lot of feelings. It does. You can't get around it. It's part of the process. Mm-hmm. So you got to sort of get in there together.
Yeah, I did. I got the feeling there's two things. We want to start a family over here, and my husband is addicted to porn over here. And are they connecting? Are they getting in each other's way? Or as you
right, and exactly as you were talking, I'm thinking, here you want to have a family together, and this this issue, this porn issue, could actually completely derail that plan. So you don't want to go there. You want to do what is going to, take you forward on your dream of having a family.
Right.
So.
Could you picture her on her first date? And he said, "Oh, just want to let you know, by the way, I'm addicted to porn." Not real. I know. I joke with that, but what if it were one of the things that came out, and you said, "Whoa, I can't have that. I just can't do that." And maybe you'd say, "Well, why are you addicted to porn?" Well,
yeah, because here's what happens when you're about to take a big step in life, in a relationship. Both people get scared. Richard will say he's not scared, but he gets scared. Okay,
I am
in his
not.
own way.
I am
and so, this could be what he does when he's scared. Maybe when he's scared, he goes on porn sites.
That's why you're the pro.
Just a guess.
That's why you're the expert.
Just a guess. When I'm scared, I get sort of withdrawn.
Really? I never noticed.
Sort of like it's like my bottle's corked. I'm just
Right.
sort of like.
Yeah.
Forget to breathe.
What do you look like when you're upset about something, or
I have no idea. I can't see myself. I just know how it feels. I just feel, I'm tight. I'm tight.
You're like this. You just
Right.
You're your own.
Right.
You wrap yourself,
Right.
You cocoon. You wrap yourself up in a blanket really tight. You're in here.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
And I say, "Jill, what's wrong?" No, just leave me alone. I'm just, whatever. I'm just, I'm here.
No, actually, no. I just act like I'm cool.
Really?
Just like I'm cool. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Okay.
So we all have our ways. So my heart goes out to you.
Yes, that's a tough one. And as always, I want to say, you're giving us a few kernels of what's going on. I'm not professionally trained in anything whatsoever. Jill's your life coach, so
I'm going to say, let your dream of having a family guide you. Let that be your compass. Let that be your anchor in all your conversations with your husband. Come from that place of what you want. I think that will help you. And definitely let me know how it goes, and let me know if you need anything. So.
that was what I was going to say, is that I would always invite you to explore this deeper with Jill.
Yeah. This stuff is tricky.
You got to look under the hood a little bit.
Oh yeah. It's hard. Relationships are they're challenging, and two people trying to navigate life together. It's a beautiful thing, and it's also sometimes can be just downright horrifying.
Yeah. Well, did I tell you about that light fixture I found for our bathroom?
Oh God. Right, like when you have to try to figure out what kind of light fixture to put in the bathroom.
Right.
He wants one thing, and I sort of have a different vision, and he's sort of like
Said my vision 4
campaigning for.
times.
But anyway,
But you know you will.
it's a wonderful world.
Yes,
This
it is.
relationship stuff. So, anyway, again, this is great. We love this, and now we're gonna go out on the snowy roads and go get a little something to eat because that's what we do on Wednesday night, our little hump day celebration.
Okay, that works for me.
All right.
All right.
Hey, Lily.
All right.
There's Lily.
Oh my God, there's a kid
Lily's
in the
going to
background.
dinner too, so it's a family.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
You are?
All right. Well, good night, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Same bat time,
Do we-
same bat
Your
channel.
daughter's right behind. Do we kiss now?
There she is. All right. Good night, everybody.
What's that? All right, good night.
Good night.